Did you know that one of the greatest magicians of our time has a magic coat? And if you want to see something truly amazing, all you have to do is visit his house in Transylvania. But be careful what you wish for because the coat has a mind of its own, and you might not be able to handle the truth. Adjust your pitchforks, grab your cauldrons, and get ready for a night of spooky fun with some friends because it's almost Halloween. The wind is howling outside, rain is pouring down, and thunder is rumbling in the distance. Inside, you and your friends are having a great time telling scary stories and drinking pumpkin juice. Suddenly, the lights go out, and the only light comes from the dancing flames in the fireplace. Just then, a knock on the door makes you all jump. Who could it be at this hour? You slowly walk over to the door and peek through the window. Standing on your doorstep is a tall, thin man with a long white beard and a twinkle in his eye. He's wearing a long black coat and a top hat. "Trick or treat," he says with a smile. Startled, you fumble with the door and eventually let him in. The old man introduces himself as Gramps and says he's just out for an evening of harmless fun. After all, it is Halloween. You and your friends invite him to join you for some spooky stories, and he gladly accepts. Soon, the group is gathered close around the fireplace, listening intently as Gramps begins his tale. As he speaks, his voice deep and raspy, his eyes gleaming in the firelight, he tells of a magical coat he once owned, a coat that had the power to grant its wearer's deepest desires. But there was a catch. The coat had a mind of its own and often took great pleasure in leading its wearers down a path of temptation and sin. The coat's magic was irresistible, causing those who wore it to become vain, greedy, and cruel. Eventually, Gramps was forced to make a choice, to either embrace the darkness within him or let it go. With a heavy heart, he chose to relinquish the coat's magic, banishing it to the darkest depths of his closet. But now, on this night of all nights, when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, the coat's magic is trying to break free once more. As Gramps finishes his story, a sudden gust of wind blows through the house, extinguishing the fire and plunging everyone into darkness. A cold, evil laugh echoes through the room, and in the blink of an eye, the old man is gone. You and your friends, wide-eyed and trembling, make your way to the fireplace. There, lying on the hearth, is a top hat. And as you reach out to touch it, the closet door creaks open, revealing a long black coat. The sleeves seem to writhe and twist like living things, beckoning you to try it on. What will you do? Will you resist the temptation of Gramps' magic coat? Or will you give in to its power and risk becoming everything you've ever feared? The choice is yours, but remember, the coat has a mind of its own, and you might not be able to handle the truth. Well, that's the end of part 1. If you want to see how this story ends, you'll have to visit Gramps' house in Transylvania. But be warned, the coat has a mind of its own and you might not be able to handle the truth. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.